going to talk about what it means to meditate, what it means to design things within our mind. I'm going to ask you to change the way you think if you have stinking thinking. Now, why is that so important? Because the way we think is the way we will feel, and the way we feel is the way we will act. And so the most important thing that we can focus on in terms of changing our life for the better is to make sure that we are changing the way our mind flows each day. Ask yourself, what have I thought about this morning? Did I meditate? Did I ponder? Did I design within my own mind success for this day? Or did I begin to have thoughts of why I was going to fail? Why my project wasn't going to work? Why my particular professor was going to reject my ideas for a paper? Why my boss was not going to promote me? Why my co-workers were not going to work with me as a team on a particular idea that I had presented earlier, so on and so forth. The reason we must ponder, must design within our minds success, is because it's actually a biblical instruction to us for a better life. If there be any virtue, if there be any value, if there be any true connection to the greatness of one's future, then we must think on those things that are of a good report. Think on those things that are lovely. Think on those things that will improve our lives. Because as we think on those things, we begin to design them within our minds. And if we are designing them within our minds, we will begin to feel that particular image that we have and generate an energy that brings it about in terms of action and production. You know, we don't take a lot of time to meditate. That's an old word these days. Or it's a word that's usually associated more so with the Middle East or even the Far East. But here in America, there was a time when man, woman, and child were instructed to go and sit and think about what they were doing. Read a book. Design something in the area of poetry. Focus on something that you could build or something that you could improve upon. Some of our greatest inventions came from an environment where we did not have computers, we did not have the technology, we didn't even have roads and telephones, but it came because man began to use his mind first to design the things that were needed, or the things that would bring enjoyment or pleasure. Through that designful thinking, he or she would be able to create a product, a service, an extraordinary contribution to their everyday life and to the lives of others, to improve it and to enjoy life more. I know that within each one of us, there is vast greatness, and we must tap into it. But we can't tap into it if we're not taking the time to change the way we think. I'd like to ask you if you have ever sat down and watched a program, and the program was filled with violence, it was filled with discouragement, sadness, people's hearts broken. After that program had been completed and it was over, and you're sitting there on your sofa in your easy chair or in a movie theater, did you feel good? Did you have thoughts of joy? Did you have thoughts of believing great things for your life after seeing the violence against so many other lives, even though it was picture or pictorial, it was still reality because it was generated as a thought in your mind. And so today I'm going to ask you, eliminate those things that are negative. Eliminate those things that are not of a good report. Eliminate those things that are not lovely in your mind. And replace them with those things that are good, those things that have an excellent report, and those things that are lovely. Improve your virtuousness by improving the way you think. Change your future by designing your thoughts and allowing your thoughts to be manifested through feelings, which then manifest through actions. You know, so many times we wake up in the mornings and we think to ourselves, you know, I dread going to my job. I dread working with the people that I'm working with. It's just no pleasure. What if you got up and you decided, you know, I haven't gotten along that well with the people on my job, but today I'm going to do special. Something for each one of them that is going to make them realize that I appreciate them. Maybe I'll buy one of them a cup of coffee when I go to buy my coffee. Maybe I'll invite one to lunch. Maybe I'll compliment someone on what they're wearing or thank them for something that they've done in the contribution of the office workload. If we will begin to think that way, we will literally change the way we see life. And as we change it step by step, little by little, life will become more exciting for us. It will become more beneficial for us as we benefit others. So today, I want to encourage you. Change the way you're thinking if you have stinking thinking. What is stinking thinking? It is believing that everything that could be good is going to be bad. It is the inability to see good when in fact you believe in only the worst. So if you have that kind of thinking, you will not succeed. Because success requires the purity of motoring with passion and an encouraging spirit that causes others to become a part of the team or causes others to speak positively and inspiringly to you about your dreams. So I'm going to encourage you this morning or this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're watching this presentation, to change the way you're thinking in the area of designing your future. See your future as something that has great possibility. See your past experiences as finding the golden nuggets of those things that maybe hurt you. But deep within that hurt, there is something good that you can pull out that impacted your life. Perhaps gave you wisdom or gave you knowledge or gave you understanding or gave you insight. That's taking the ugly and bringing something lovely out that might be beneficial and helpful to others. But we have to desire to think that way. But first we have to become aware that we have stinking thinking if we're not thinking that way. So this morning, this afternoon, this evening, when you're listening to this presentation, remember this. That which you meditate upon, that which you give your thoughts to, is your future. And if those thoughts are being given in a positive manner over and over within your head, it will generate the feelings, it will generate the action that will generate the good success. And or, if you're thinking the opposite of that, it will generate failure. So you don't want failure. You've come too far. Let's move forward. Let's take all of those things that we thought were hurtful and those things that we didn't think benefited us, and let's turn our lemons into lemonade. Let's turn what we thought were the things that harmed us the most into the things that can help us the most now. It's really in all how you look at things. It's how you desire to see your future. based on how you're conducting your present. So I want to encourage you today that you have a marvelous future ahead of you. And in that process of embracing your future, remember, the meditations of your heart will determine the good success of your tomorrows. I'm Eunice Phelps. Have a successful day by having thoughts that build that success.